Hi, hello everybody. My name is Elizabeth Garova. Welcome you to this week's episode on Tribe Talk. How have you been doing? How is everybody? How's everything been going on? I'm pretty sure everybody is excited and overwhelmed about the fact that the lockdown has been lifted. Well, as for me, I'm really excited. Like I am super excited. You really don't know how I feel right now about the fact that the lockdown has been lifted. And it's overwhelming, and I like it because everything will have to go back to normal and we'll live our normal life, despite the fact that we still have to put on face masks. And I know it's really not conducive, but then we just have to obey the laws. Have you been doing? Hope you enjoyed our last episode on fashion and you tried to mix up some colors, just a combination that pleases your eyes. I guess most of you had to worked on a creative idea on fashion. Well, that'll be very interesting. I look forward to seeing your samples on your fashion and your questions and your comments on our fashion episodes that we had last week. Well, this week we'll be talking about an interesting topic, which is tourism. I'm sure you will love it. And we all talk about tourism. We've heard of tourism, and when we call a friend, oh, I went out, I traveled on a tourist attraction. I traveled for a tourist sightseeing. It's all about tourism, but most of us have not been there. But don't to worry. I don't need you to worry your head. Don't worry. That super duper money, it's coming your way, where you have to go on different tourist attraction without feeling it. Chinkling money, you don't go. You know how it is, but don't worry, we'll get to that point. Well, we'll be looking at what tourism is. We want to know what tourism is. What is tourism? When someone talks about tourism, what comes to our mind? What's the exact thing we think of? What do we envisage? What do we picture when someone talks about tourism? Well, tourism is the act of going out or traveling out to a different state, a different country for sightseeing, for pleasure, for education purpose, for business purpose, and then most people think that tourism just have to do with you going out to a different country or going out to different countries for just sightseeing, to go and see the historical artifacts and a lot of things enjoy about, and being have fun to yourself. It's like most people think it's like a vacation. Yeah, it's actually a vacation, but in the course of the vacation is actually educative, informative, business oriented, name it. It's all exciting. It's a full package in one, but it is just tagged tourism. Well, when people go for tourism, they go for different reasons. Some people go there for business transactions, some people go there for educative purpose, some people go there for informative purpose, some people go there for research purpose. So most people, when they go for tourism, they tend to meet a lot of people. And I mean a lot of people go for tourism. Like the number of people that travel out for tourism is on the increase every day. Aside this corona period and the pandemic, it has to reduce due to the pandemic, unless you want to get yourself quarantined when you go out for tourism. Well, tourism has to do with a lot of things, and then it has to do with teamwork, especially when you're there for an educative purpose or when you're there for a research purpose. You have to be teamed up in small groups for you to go out and check a lot of things and come back with your researches and observations and relate them, talk about it to your instructors or your guardian who are taking you to all those maybe the museums or the historical buildings and everything, teach you about the whole thing. So when people go out for tourism, they get to meet people from different countries. They get to meet people from different states. You could see a Nigerian that traveled to Egypt for a tourist attraction view, and then he tends to meet someone who is from Kenya. He tends to meet someone who is from United States of America. He tends to meet someone who is from the United Kingdom. A lot of people travel that's I think tourism, let me not say it's undermined, let me not say it's underrated, but I just feel people had not even felt the impact or the let me just put it, the impact of tourism, because it brings a lot of people together. It is also an act of teamwork. It brings a whole lot of people together, because you get people from different countries, different walks of lives, different careers, different jobs, different lifestyles coming together for a tourist attraction. And then you get to know people, you get to familiarize, you get to talk about a lot of things. You talk about different countries, you talk about what is peculiar about your own country, they talk about what's peculiar about their own country. It is not just for sightseeing, it is educative, it is informative, like I said before. It is also for research purpose and observations. When people go for tourism, they could all lodge in a different hotel, but they get to converge in a particular place where they follow an instructor that takes them around the city, or takes them to the historical buildings or the museums, tell them about the historical artifact that has been kept, tell them about the historical culture that has been in that particular country. And so they tend to meet a lot of people, and they discuss about their ideas, their opinions about that particular place, about that particular country. So we should have it at the back of our mind that tourism has brought a lot to us. It has brought a lot of things to us. Like, honestly, believe you me, tourism has brought a lot of things. It has brought a lot of unity, a lot of togetherness, a lot of teamwork between people from different countries, different nationalities coming together for sightseeing. They have a common bond, which is the sightseeing, and through the act of sightseeing, they form a bond. Some of them from that place pick up a relationship, pick up a friendship, get to meet business partners. Oh, I do this, I do photography. Oh, really nice. Have you done Photoshop? Have you done this? Have you done Retouch Academy? Have you done? And this is all about photography. Sorry, I'm mentioning photography terms. You may not be familiar with that, but I'm sure you should be familiar with Photoshop. So you know what I'm saying. So I do photography, I do graphic design, I do this, I edit a lot. You mean a photographer meets a more professional photographer than him. Do you understand? A photographer can meet a model that he can use for his business transaction. A lot of things. You see company business tycoons meeting other business tycoons that they feel they can work with. They can achieve a better business world tomorrow, where they can achieve a better business relationship within themselves. They pick up that from sightseeing. They all went for what? Tourism. That was the common ground where they met. So it brings up teamwork, it brings up togetherness, it brings up unity. It brings up what's it called now? I'm looking for the word, I can't place it. Okay, let me use the word agreement. Yes, because agreements are made, contracts are made, business cards are exchanged, and they tend to feel, okay, you do this, I do this, but I think I want to work with you. I feel we could make up an empire, or could build an empire, not make up an empire, sorry, my bad. We could build up an empire, a business empire. You do this, I do this, a lot of things. And then you get to see that people meet, they exchange business cards. From there, they pick up a relationship, and then you will be surprised that it was just the tourism that brought them together. And then they pick up a relationship that is exciting, that is overwhelming, that will be stronger years after years. And then they build up something better, something innovative, something strong, something massive. Tourism, it's like we really don't understand what tourism does. People just feel tourism is okay. People go out for tourism, go for sightseeing, meet people, share experiences, share opinion, but they tend to forget that tourism is a common ground where people from different walks of life, people from different nationality, people from different countries, people from different continents meet together and then establish a friendship, establish a relationship, business relationship, a lot of things, and then they grow from there. That was the first time they were meeting, and they felt okay. And because of our discussion, we talked about our business careers. We talked about what we do. We talked about what we love doing, our passion, our goals, what's driving us. It brings a lot. So when they discuss at length, this person feels, oh wow, I think I can work with this person. Oh wow, I think I can work with this person. Okay, since we're still around for this tourist attraction or this tourism, let's just get to see. I'll see you around. We hang around, and before you know, they meet up in the evening or they meet up the next day, and before they leave there, they've exchanged their business cards, they've exchanged contacts. They've hooked up with some different things. They've talked about different contracts, talked about different ideas that can spring up a flourish in the other person's business. You understand what I'm saying? So tourism has done a lot. It gets me that in the process of going for tourism, couples have met themselves. It's funny, but it's true. A lot of people have met themselves. They had not fallen in love that very instant, but they've met themselves in the tourist attraction venue or arena, maybe where they went for the historical sightseeing and research and observations, and then they found out, okay, I like the way the person's talk, I like this person's idea, I like this person's ideology, I like this person's mindset, and then we hook up, they get to talk, they might get to share more ideas, and a little flicker of what's it called, feelings or attraction comes in. And when it comes in, this person says, okay, wow, okay, they exchange their contacts. When they exchange their contacts, they keep in touch, they talk more, and before you know, the feelings begin to grow. It's a beautiful thing. It's actually funny for you to meet your soulmate or your lover or someone you spend the rest of your life on a tourist attraction, but then it really doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. We really never can tell where we'll meet our soulmate though. Some of us are single, well. But tourism has brought a lot of homes together. It has built a lot of people, business-wise, emotionally, physically, and otherwise. It has improved a lot of people. For me, I feel tourism has done more good than harm. I don't think it has done any harm. It has done more good, actually. It has done a lot of good to the society because business tycoons meet at that very particular place. Like I said, it's a common ground. I don't know. I feel you're not really, really communicating with what I'm saying. It's a common ground where a lot of people meet. When I mean a lot of people meet. So they drop whatever it is they've been carrying from their countries. Okay, I'm a neutral person. Nobody knows me here. So I'm here to learn from other people. I'm here to mingle with other people. I'm here to see other people's ideas, other people's mindsets, other people's innovative ideologies about life, about business, and they'll learn from there. That's why I said it's informative, educative, and a lot of things. So tourism has brought about teamwork. It has brought about so many business empires. It has brought about so many exciting things, a lot of things. So, well, that will be all for this week episode, and we look forward to seeing you here again next weekend. Remember to follow our page on Twitter, Not So Imperfect One, and you can also listen in on our podcast on Anchor FM, Not So Imperfect. We drop you our episodes every week, so I want you to have it at the back of your mind. A lot of people really don't know that tourism has brought about teamwork and brought about togetherness. But today, you're aware about that. You know that tourism has brought a lot of beautiful homes has sprung up from the fact that they met in a tourist attraction a tourist attraction arena, where they tend to share their feelings. No, they actually grew to be friends. Let me just not jump into the conclusion. This is not Nigerian movie. So they get to become friends, and then they build up a relationship that ended up in marriage, or some relationship that ended up in marriage, and they're happily married. And we have business tycoons that have actually built up empires, like massive empires that had made waves, So please, it's high time you go on tourist attractions for you to meet people, for you to mingle with people, and relate with people and know what's their own view about life, about businesses, and you connect with them. Who knows, that might be the opportunity to break through for your business, for your idea, whatever it is. But then I advise you that you go more on the tourist attraction, go more on tourism. You have to go for tourism, go for tourist attraction, go to see things, mingle with people, a lot of people. And that'll be all on this week's episode. Thank you for listening in. It's your girl, Elizabeth Garaba. And please, 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 please don't forget to follow our Twitter handle, which is Not So Imperfect 1. Thank you so much, and that'll be all for this week. Bye.